Now let's talk about the second fundamental law, the law of definite proportions. So this law states that in a given chemical compound, for example A, B, the elements that constitute this chemical compound always combine in the same proportions by mass. So these elements they combine always with the same proportions by mass. Same proportions by mass. So this law in action can be depicted as follows. For example, we have here one part of A, or let's say 1 gram of A, that reacts with, for example, 8 gram of B. Here we have 8 gram of B. So the result will be (9 gram of C). So here we have 9 gram of C, which is the obtained chemical compound by chemical process. So in this chemical compound, the fraction of A will always be 1/9. So which gives about 0.11. While the fraction of B will always be 8 of B over 9 of C, which gives about 0.88, or in percentage is 11%, and here 88%. So we'll always have the same fraction. Now if we double the amount of A, for example, we'll use here 2 gram of A that will react with 16 grams of B, so we'll get here 18 gram of C. So the 18 gram of C of this chemical compound also has this following fraction. It will have 2 grams of A in 18 grams of C, which gives also 0.11, and also 16 grams of B that are contained in 18 grams of C, which gives also 0.88. So the fraction will always be like this. So that's the definite proportions. For example, water, which is H2O, it consists of about 90% of oxygen and the remaining are 10% of hydrogen. If we get water from melting of snow, for example, so if we melt the snow, the pure water that is obtained from the melting of snow will consist of 90% of oxygen by mass and 10% of hydrogen by mass also. And if, for example, we take pure water, we get pure water from the melting of ice, the ice cube. So will the composition be the same or different? The answer is yes, it will be the same. So the pure water will always have the 90% of oxygen by mass and 10% of hydrogen by mass. Now let's give another example. If we get water from the burning of hydrogen, so hydrogen that reacts with oxygen to get hydrogen, to get the water. So this water, will it consist in 90% of oxygen and 10% of hydrogen? The answer is yes. This water also, it will consist of 90% of oxygen by mass and 10% of hydrogen by mass. So the chemical compound will always have the same proportion of its elements, regardless of the sources or the mass, the beginning materials of the mass or of the chemical process.